Welcome to episode 18, everybody. Before we begin, it would be a sin to forget about my dear friend, Brad Noyes. With that being said, I would like to shout out my first ever sponsor, Cracker Jack Stadium. Looking for gaming cards, memorabilia, etc., Cracker Jack is the place to go. Located on 620 Niagara Street, Welland, Ontario, across from everybody's favorite restaurant, McDonald's. You can reach them at cards@crackerjackstadium.com or phone them at 289-820-5453. Once again, that's 289-820-5453, extension 211. Lastly, be sure to check out their website at crackerjackstadium.com. Next up, we have Miami Mix Media. From your favorite custom embroidery to pro fight clothing, be sure to check them out at miamimixmedia.com, located on 647 Northeast 79th Street, Miami, Florida, for my Florida fans out there. For more info, phone them at 305-504-8666. Without further ado, guys, let's get to episode numero 18. Peace. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Behind the Grind. Joining me today is professional mixed martial artist Jose Shorty Torres. How's it going today, Jose?
I'm alive, man. How about yourself?
I'm not doing too bad. So, 9-1 as a professional. Can you tell us how the life of being a professional is actually like?
Man, it's rough. A lot of people think it's glam and whatever they see on social media, but that's why like I have my own podcast where I talk about the inside, the behind the scenes reality and the truth about MMA because you see what's on social media, but most of the time social media isn't real life. It's not reality. So it is fun. We're doing what we love, man. What we love beats us up a lot. It's sometimes like a relationship. It's something you got to work at. Sometimes it's heartbreaking. Sometimes it's gonna make you or break you. And this sport is rough, and man, it's 100% worth the journey and every single part of the effort in it.
So, you had a long amateur career, 25-1, correct?
hmm
Yeah. How far ahead do you believe that set you?
I think it's huge. It did put a little toll on my body because I took more fights than most people as an amateur because you just take damage. Doesn't matter if it's a good fight or bad fight, whether you win or lose, you're going to take some type of damage. But I mean, you look at, for example, Lomachenko in boxing, 396, 397 and one. The guy's been amazing, been able to accomplish so many fast accolades. For me, I'm doing the same thing as an amateur and now as a pro, and it's really helped me and pushed me ahead of a lot of the competition I've been able to face. I look at some people very differently compared to the average person who's 9-1 or around my record. I mean, my second, or excuse me, my third pro fight, I fought for a world championship, and I've been able to push through from there. My fourth fight, I fought a guy who was 18-2, and I was only 3-0. So it's a huge thing, but I believe the amateur thing is practice, is your resume. Yeah, you might be older, you might have less time, so you have to go pro faster. I get that, but if you're young and you have time to go to school and do different things, do that first, and then turn professional. Get the experience, build your resume, and you're going to be better respected as a pro because of it.
For sure. So, you fight for Brave FC, correct?
Brave Combat Federation, so Brave CF.
Yeah, and how would you rank that promotion?
I believe it's a really tough promotion because man, they have UFC veterans, they have Bellator veterans, they have guys who've beaten both Bellator and UFC veterans, so they're up there. And that's the thing is they're still so brand new that they're not fully recognized yet compared to the other promotions. And because they're in the Middle East, it's just a region that many people don't really go to. But it, I'm telling you, the guys that are there, because you don't know them, does not mean they're not as talented or not even better than some of the other guys that you know. For example, you look at boxing back in the day. You look at Manny Pacquiao. He was already a world champion before he made his United States debut. Same thing with Triple G. He was already a world champion. No one knew him until he made his United States debut and then they're both knocking everyone out. One of them is one of the greatest fighters of all time, and Triple G is being on that list very very soon. What if they would have been recognized a little earlier? Would they still be considered the same thing? Again, because you don't know them, because they're not on camera, does not mean that they're not dangerous. So some of these guys, man, my last fighter again, he's choked out almost every single person he fought. He didn't choke me out. I was able to drop him 3 times the first round, get the win. But man, it's a huge thing, and I think that's something that's more intimidating because you don't know these guys. So it's like these guys, in a sense, have nothing to lose. They're trying to take my head off. I'm the UFC vet. I'm the known guy. So they know if they beat me, they get in front of the camera now. So it becomes a whole different game, and I have more to lose than anything. So it makes it that much tougher.
Of course. So this one here is a pretty interesting one. Does your nickname Shorty have anything to do with your size or weight?
Um, it does have to do with my size. Yes, I'm a small person, but I always say I'm a shorty coming out of the neighborhood trying to do big things. My dad was nicknamed Shorty when he was in the gang. I was nicknamed Lil Shorty, so it just was natural for me. You kind of just take it after your father. But for me, my dad always told me, you're the shorty coming up. You're the shorty doing big things. You're the shorty trying to be, something more than what everyone else is. The youngin coming up compared to the shorty in 2000. Shorty got a big butt or whatever. It's this one is the shorty from the 90s or even before that it's the youngin trying to come up to do big things. Well, for me, it just so happens I'm also small, but I believe it really does signify who I am because I do like to say, if this shorty can do it, then why can't you? Follow your dreams and see where it goes. But a lot of people are too intimidated, so I'm trying to be a role model with that.
Now, with your last fight coming in April, I'm pretty sure. What is next for
Man, I've been trying to fight for the longest. Brave's just been having trouble finding me fighters. I was supposed to fight in August. People didn't want to fight me. And then now I made a post not too long ago just saying, like, no one wants to play with me. Hey, man, I just want to bang. Let me bang, bro. I want to go out there and put on a performance. But all the people who call me out. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I think it makes sense to fight. Let's fight. And they're like, nah, you know what? I'm good. It's just like, hold on, wait, you can't take that back. Let me bang, bro. I just want to put me in, coach. I want to have some fun. And now I'm finally getting the chance. I believe I might be getting a contract soon. I can't officially announce anything yet, but it is going to be easily one of the biggest fights of my life, and I think it's a fight worth waiting for.
Is there a name in there that we could possibly think about?
Man, there's so many guys in the flyweight division for Brave that they offered me 4 guys, and I went down the list from the best rank all the way down, and the best ranked guy, said no, and it just kind of has been trickling down. We'll see who finally says yes. They're sending the contract over, and if he signs, he signs. But I really don't know until things are official.
Cool. So, how do you maintain your social life while preparing for a fight?
It's funny. That's the most complicated, is because there really isn't a social life. Mainly with all the things I've been able to accomplish, you have to ditch a lot of your friends. You have to ditch a lot of people. Sometimes even your family, because it's not that they get in the way, but you're just focused. You don't want to do anything else, or you're just too tired to do anything else. You're like, man, I'm gonna be in my room, be by myself, and do me, and then I'm gonna go back downstairs and work. Downstairs, in a sense, my training is my happy place, but it is stressful. Last year was probably one of the hardest years when it comes to just mindsets, and that's again why I started my podcast, because it is a mental thing. For people who listen, it's Rockfin, or on YouTube, it's called Inside Team Shorty. It's when I lost Alex Perez, it wasn't because he was 100% better than me. Hey, he might have been better than me. Maybe if I went 100%, he probably still would have won. We never know until maybe it happens again. But it's a fact of I went in there in a sense mentally handicapped, and beat up for it. And so I needed to kind of regroup. And one of those reasons why I was so mentally handicapped was because I was sad, I was depressed, I was really, really low in life. And one of those parts was, social life. Yeah, I might be on social media, but that doesn't mean I'm out socially interacting. I'm out socially doing things. The people I'm taking pictures with are in the gym, but not outside on the beach, not outside walking, not outside living life and enjoying my youth while I still can. So for me this year, I've been trying my best to, in a sense, let loose a little more. I can still go out, I can still have fun while still being responsible and doing what I need to do to succeed. And coincidentally, I've been just much happier with it. And I'm really, really proud of myself with that, because it's kind of bringing the youth back out of me of like the little kid, so I'm very happy about it.
And another big thing people don't seem to realize, How difficult do you find it is cutting those final pounds?
Oh man, I want to fight people. Like I want to fight my team. I want to fight my family. It's like what was that? What was that? The Friday After Next commercial. It's like barbecue is so good makes you want to slap your mama. It's the same thing, but I don't get the barbecue and I just want to slap everyone else. I'm just when you cut weight, man. Mainly with my two UFC fights, I had 9-day notice. Jared Brooks, 26 pounds, 20-day notice. Immediately right after the Jared Brooks fight, 28 pounds. So I lost like 54 pounds. I'm a flyweight, man. That's more than a quarter of my weight. That's close to half my weight. And I was so mentally drained and burnt out that was part of my reason why I didn't perform well in those two fights. I was so mentally burnt out that it really broke me. I was on a 34 fight win streak, man. That shouldn't be happening, but I was so mentally broken that I already wanted to lose. I didn't really care. I was just like, man, I'll go 3-1 UFC and just keep on pushing forward. But it ended up being, yeah, one of the worst losses or the ways to lose. But mentally, just it was very devastating to me. Not because I lost, but because I didn't try my best. Why? It was because of the weight cut. The weight cut, your hormones change in your body, your mindset changes. It's like when you wake up, you're like, or right before you go to bed, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna wake up early. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And then you wake up, you're like, I'll do that later. It wasn't that great of an idea, And then you wake up later on the day, you're like, damn, I should have got up. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna do it. It's the same thing with the weight cut. It changes your mindset on things, and it just makes you just so angry for no apparent reason. Yeah, there's technically reasons, but man, it's just the littlest things get to you. And I'm now trying my best to prepare as much as possible for it because there is a struggle. No matter how you do it, if you are cutting a lot of weight, you're cutting a lot of weight. It's gonna suck, but there are better ways to do it compared to some, and that's the way I'm doing it right now.
Sweet. Now, another big one is medical tests. So those are pretty strict. Do you find that gets in the way before a fight?
Um, well, see, the UFC does the medical test when it comes to like USADA, like drug testing. That's a
Yep.
little different. That definitely gets in the way because, dude, those guys come in whenever. I mean, I remember I was so mad last year. I remember having a day off, and I was like, "Yeah, I get to sleep in," and they knocked at my door at 7 in the morning, like, "What's up? Come on, come take a piss." I'm like, man, like this is my day off, damn it. And it's like an hour you're up, and it's not the funnest thing in the world. But when it comes to all the tests you have to do, like when I fought in New York and California, they're the most strict states when it comes to medical testing. Like you have to get an MRI, you have to get a CAT scan, you have to get HIV, Hep B, Hep C blood test, you have to get a sports physical, you got to get some places all for drug tests. There's a lot of things you have to do, and man, it does get in the way because some of those tests you have to fast. Some of those tests you can't eat or drink anything. Some of those tests you have to do in the morning or at night, or you have to schedule appointments. Some of those places like the eye exams, you got to reserve that sometimes months in advance. So you got to like hassle people like, dude, I'm a UFC fighter, I'm an MMA fighter. Like I need this test now, last minute. So it does become a hassle because your job is to train, but your job is also to get these other little things done. But those little things, if you don't get them done, they can be a big problem and keep you providing.
So before I let you go here, Jose, where can we actually find you on social media? And is there anyone you'd like to give a quick shout out to? The stage is all yours.
If people want to follow me on social media, Jose Shorty Torres on Instagram and Shorty Torres MMA on every other platform. I'm on Rockfin. I have my Inside Team Shorty podcast. My season 3 is on that, and Rockfin's actually really, really dope. If you guys want to do and subscribe, endorse to me, and they do it. It's a little different. Endorsing helps people like myself get paid, but it's just like YouTube, but it's a Netflix for YouTube where it's all podcasts, all streaming stuff. Izzy Style Wrestling, Jordan Burroughs, John Jones, Ben Askren, myself, and a lot of people are on it. So it's real dope. It's like the Netflix, but for podcasts. I think it's really awesome. Man, I'm also on YouTube. My first 2 seasons are on YouTube, Inside Team Shorty. And man, I just appreciate everyone's support. If anyone wants to support me and the kids in my foundation, 100% of my proceeds at teamshorty.com. Go to my foundation, the Team Shorty Foundation, helping keep kids, teens, and young adults inside the gym and off the streets. Man, it's gym saved my life, and I appreciate it. And everyone knows, who I think. I think everyone a part of my life every single day, and just being a part of the team has supported me. And that's why I say we will together. We're a Team Shorty because I wouldn't be able to do this by myself.
It's awesome what you're doing. So make sure you subscribe to your channel because I know I will. And we'll catch up with you soon, Jose.
I appreciate it, man. Take care of yourself.
Pleasure's all mine. See ya.
Oh, there go the lights.
There you have it, guys. Episode 18 is now in the books with Jose Shorty Torres. Stay tuned for episode 19 with another special guest. And all I can say is we'll see you then. Peace.